Good, y'all. It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, and I have a very special treat. So this is another deck that has not been showcased on my channel yet. It's Lightsworn. It's the closest. It's kind of close to pure. I'm running Lightsworn Phantom Knights. Now, I've been waiting to basically build. I was running Infernoid Lightsworns for a while, but I never was able to get my Minerva, so I was kind of waiting to finish the deck, basically finish the build. I was waiting a long time for this hoe. I was not trying to drop, $1,000 on Minerva. She got her $10 reprint, so I'm happy about that. And so I was able to build, my Lightsworns the way I wanted to build them. So we're going to hop right into this deck without further ado. It's very spicy. You guys know how I love to do it. I love to surprise you guys and show you guys some really interesting decks, innovative spins, and twists. We don't like to net deck, put it that way. So starting off with Triple JD, this is one of the oldest boss monsters in the game, and to this day he has been clutch. Lightsworns have had their run for almost 10 years, have never been nerfed on the ban list. Triple JD is easy to drop because I actually play 8 names. Now, something interesting about my Lightsworn build is I actually play Lightsworns. I've seen a lot of Lightsworn zombie builds, Zodiac Lightsworn builds, a bunch of crappy builds, to me crappy, because they're actually not even playing Lightsworns. They're playing like 3 Raiden and like 3 Wolf. Like, what the heck? I feel like if you're playing Minerva, you need to play as many Lightsworns as possible to plus off of her effect heavy. You have to plus hard, and that's just my opinion. But I have not seen like, a pure like Lightsworn build, or not even pure, just a Lightsworn build with a decent enough amount of Lightsworns. So we're playing Triple JD, obviously, and he's so easy to drop in this deck. Then the next best monster, Minerva's definitely in first place as far as Lightsworns go, but before Minerva existed, Lumina to me was always the best Lightsworn. Lumina is never like a hard once per turn. Lumina loops are real. She's so clutch. Like, I used to just Lumina, and then Dante, just so good. Triple Lumina, she's just absolutely broken. Her effect just lets you get everything popping. Triple Raiden, what's unique about this guy is you don't have to wait till you're in phase to do your meals. He's a level 4 tuner who puts himself up to 1900 beat stick. Really clutch, and he lets you get a meal of 4 if you let him sit on the field. Also, he just helps you turbo out your Minerva. But Raiden is just so broken. I love this guy as well. He's one of the best Lightsworn just simply because he just like basically breaks that mechanic that Lightsworns had, where that you had to wait to the end phase. Now you don't. With Raiden, with Minerva and Felice, and even your Lila, like, it's just so good. The deck is a lot faster and a lot more incredible. I believe just over time, Lightsworns have only gotten better. They've never got worse or, less. They've never decreased in speed. We're also playing 3 Wolf. Now, this guy does brick on you sometimes, but I just feel like you have to play 3 to increase your chances of, milling him off the top of your deck. He's such a powerful card. When you mill double Wolf, oh my goodness, especially after you drop JD and already sacked your opponent, all you need to do is just put enough damage on board. Wolf is just so powerful. He's a 2100 beater. This deck is going to be able to compete in Link format, and it's actually Link ready already. Like, the way I play it, I don't need to spam from the extra deck too much, and I can basically pump my brakes and choose not to, commit all of my resources to one board. So I think also playing this deck in Link format, it'll teach you to be a bit more conservative with your plays, because there's no reason to overextend and overcommit all your resources in your first turn field, because if it gets outed, like, it's done. The Lightsworn zombie deck is like the only exception, because they spam Cypher and Load Omega, Triple Omega, and Omega saves himself, just by tagging out. But in Link format, it's going to be harder to summon Omegas, because you're going to have a Link monster first in order to control more than one Omega. So this deck, I'm going to probably put a couple Link monsters in the extra deck, like that Spider Dragon or whatever it is, just so that I can, control more than Minerva and like drop other cards. But for right now, I'm definitely going to be playing it Link ready. And the way I play it, again, like, I don't need to spam from the extra deck. I have the option to, but due to the restrictions of Link format, it's a bit harder. But still, Triple Wolf also helps you because he gives you extra monsters on the field so that you can perform your Link summon. And we're also playing 2 copies of Felice. This card is stupid. She wasn't really that good before we had Minerva, but she is broken with Minerva. Like, just so good. She lets you out any problematic monster for free because she's an accidental. Whoops, pop your card, and then mill more. She's a level 4 tuner, 2000 booty. There's nothing bad about her except the fact that she can't be normal summoned. And the sucky thing is, when you send her off of your solar recharge, she does not come back. It's really sucky, but it's worth it. She's totally worth it. And when you in-phase mill or mill her off of Raiden, she's clutch. I like playing her at 2. My second favorite Lightsworn is definitely Garoth. I love this guy so much. I love to have Minerva and Garoth. My favorite combo in this deck to this day is Minerva and Garoth when I draw 5. Mill 3 Lightsworns, draw 3 off of Minerva, and then his effect triggers, lets me mill 2 more. 2 more Lightsworns, draw 2. I get a +5 off of that. Pot of Desires, have 7 cards in my hand. Solar Recharge, keep digging. It's just so clutch. This deck is really broken, and it's not even complete. I'm actually missing like 2 or 3 cards. I think just like 2 or 3 cards, maybe 2. But yeah, this is going to the next Lightsworn monster is going to be a Lila. We're playing 2 copies of Lila. I think that she's bricky at 3. Unless you're playing a build that's purposely for going second. But I wanted this deck to be balanced, to be able to, you know, go first or second and still do what it does. Double Lila helps you bait preemptively strikes, out any problematic back rows, even like dimensional barriers, you know, like they may call XYZs and then you can just synchro. They may call synchros, you can then XYZ. It doesn't really matter. It's just a really, really cool card. She gives you skillful interactions because there are some cards like Enemy Controller and My Body as a Shield that would have harmed you, but Lila cleared it out of the way before you even went into your actual play. Because Lila's always to just play the bait game, play the bait game. She's really, really broken. And it's like, if you don't strike her, you lose your strike altogether. So most of the time she baits out the strike. They waste 1500 and you continue with your plays and push for the extra damage. It's really clutch. One baby Minerva, I just really, really like this chick a lot. Obviously, you know, bam, we got the Minervas. And I believe to this day that this is Minerva, and this is Minerva when she's grown up. Because if you look at the owl that she has, the owl's even grown up in the picture. So I just think that this is her older. So Minerva obviously is a special Lightsworn. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that this is Minerva. Look at their artwork. They look the same. They have the owl. I think this is Minerva, bro. I think she is the Exalted Lightsworn. She just becomes it when she's older. I play one Celestia. I love her so much. When you tribute her by tributing a Lightsworn, when you tribute summon her by tributing a Lightsworn, you get to pop up to 2 cards your opponent controls and then mill 4. 4 cards, bro. You can mill 4. That's broken alone. Even if she didn't pop 2. But the fact is, she outs, like, she just helps you to clear boards. Like, she'll out 2 problematic cards. Then you can swing over the other one. You know, with Wolf especially, like, she'll let you bring out Wolf. Like, oh my goodness. You can OTK without even summoning from your extra deck at all. Especially just drop a JD, sack them, and then, like, oh my goodness, just go in for all the damage that you need. I love this card so much. She's just a searchable out to anything that I don't like. I love playing Celestia. I don't even know what Lightsworn players play her, but I believe firmly in playing at least one of her. She's just so good. You don't have to play her. Honestly, I don't even know like who does. I've seen like tons of weird, really, really weird, funky Lightsworn builds that just played barely any Lightsworns, a lot of zombies, and a lot of Zodiac. It's weird, but I guess like it's a bandwagon thing. But I love playing the one Celestia. And that sums up the Lightsworn portion of the deck. It's so broken. The Lightsworns alone just get you game, and I'm playing some spicy engines just to take advantage of the fact that Lightsworns mill so heavily. I'm not playing zombies, you guys. I'm not doing nothing, you know, standard bandwagon. I don't like to do stuff that you guys have already seen. You know, I'm sure you guys are tired of seeing certain things. So I want to bring fresh innovation, new ideas, something different for you to try. I'm playing Phantom Knights. So we're going to put on our outfit. So we're going to go ahead and put on 3 boots, 2 shirts, and 2 gloves. To me, even when I was playing PK Fire, Boots was the only Phantom Knight you ever want to play at 3 because he's just that broken. Cloak obviously searches any of your Phantom Knights, which is really clutch. And he also has the effect where he can change the attack position of a monster on the field, which actually helps you a lot. If they had too high attack, like, you can just put it in defense and attack over it with him if the defense is 0, especially. Even monsters that have like 400 defense, this guy can just attack over them. It's really retarded how this little guy has been able to out huge monsters, but with low defense. I really like Cloak a lot. Gloves is an exceptional card because he does make your Breaksword at 3000, which is really, really broken. And obviously, Boots is like the only exception at 3 because not only does he special summon himself, but he searches out your Fog Blade. And he also searches out your Phantom Knight's Brigadine, or Brigade, I believe it is. This card. I love it so much. I'll explain why I'm actually playing more than just this one trap. It's so easy. It's so stupid. I'll show you guys. But that is the Phantom Knight portion of the deck. And one other skillful interaction that the Phantom Knights get with the Lightsworns, in addition to being milled, is your Breaksword. After you make your plays happen, your Breaksword can just clear a problematic card. Like, this deck has so much out and removal. It's stupid. Like, you just break boards. Like, this deck's main way to play is just breaking boards. And it's making boards as it's disrupting and tearing your opponent's plays down. But Breaksword just allows you to pop and then bring back 2 Phantom Knights. You can chain Fogblade, bring him out from the graveyard. Not even chain Fogblade, but resolve Fogblade after a resolution of his effect. Bring him in the monster zone and then use your 1 extra deck spot and summon your rank 4 dark monster because you can only summon darks for the rest of the turn. That's another broken thing. You can do your Lightsworn play, summon all your light monsters, then go into Breaksword because his restriction says for the rest of the turn. That means the same turn you can still do your Lightsworns, just save him for last, use his effect, and then make your final rank 4 just go ham. I don't have the Link monsters out. I don't have the Link monsters in this extra deck, obviously because they're not released yet. The Link starter deck comes out, I believe, tomorrow. So I definitely wanted to showcase you guys a lot of my decks that are heavy on the extra deck while they're at full power before I do, you know, my change and basically make my adaptation to the Link format. But yeah, that's the Phantom Knights. And then the final monsters are double Photon Thrasher. You can play this guy at 3. In my personal opinion, he has bricked heavily. This guy is perfect at 2 because you actually do play 3 of him in the form of 2 of him and 1 Rhoda. So the way I see it, I'm still playing 3 Photon Thrashers. That's just me though. You guys can play 3 if you want and you can brick. And then 1 Perform H Trick Clown. I believe he is the only common. No, I played 3 commons. The 2 Shuffle Reborns and the 1 Trick Clown. And I also played 1000 Blades. I like the Clown Blade engine. You accidentally mill this and it's just so good. It just gives you free fodder. And especially when I put my Link monsters in my extra deck, it gives me extra monsters to just free monsters to just send to the graveyard, perform my Link summon, and then spam my Minerva and my Michael and whatever else I want. It's just really cool. But I just like the Trick Clown, the Trick Clown engine, you know, Clown Blade engine, we'll call it that, because that's what it's really called, because it just gives you that extra spice and it throws people off. The one card that I'm missing as far as monsters is Fairy Tale Snow. I know you guys are going to get mad and start talking crap, leave them hate comments, because I'm not playing Snow. It's not because she's a bad card, it's because I don't have her. I don't know where my Snows are. I had Snows because I was playing it in my Infernoids, but I don't know where my Snows are. But this build would be running 2 Fairy Tale Snows and not 3. I have my own reasons for it, but when I get my Snows back or when I find them, I'm going to put 2 Fairy Tale Snows in the main deck. So that's the only thing that's missing as far as monsters go. It's just the Fairy Tale Snow because she's too good in Lightsworns, obviously. But obviously, if I had her, I'd be running her. So don't like try to say something like you think Snow's a bad card. I think Snow's a great card. Moving on to the spells, we're playing 3 Pots of Desires. This is the sauce. It's really, really broken. You just plus so hard in this deck. Because of the combo I told you guys with the Minerva and also Garoth, which is my absolute favorite combo in this deck because I just love drawing. I'm addicted to drawing and plussing. It's just a thing for me. But triple pot, triple solar recharge, really, really broken. I love the fact that this is not once per turn. Double charge of the Light Brigade. I hope one day that this comes to 3. This is the only thing that ever got hit on the ban list, and it doesn't even hurt. It's like 1 less. Like, really? There was no point to ever put this card at 2. It should have just stayed at 3. But double charge of the Light Brigade, obviously 1 Rhoda. This is basically like your 3 extra ways to get to Raiden or your 3rd way to get to Photon Thrasher if you really need him. Then I'm playing 2 copies of Shuffle Reborn. I feel that this is bricky at 3. I do have a 3rd one, as you can see. I'm playing 2. I just love the way it is at 2. Because even if you don't draw it, you're going to mill it and you can use its graveyard effect. Shuffle Reborn is just another combo extender, especially because Ghost Ogre is heavily played as a hand trap. And when you make, you know, when you're trying to Link summon, or even if you're trying to perform your combos and you go into your extra deck play and they out it with the Ghost Ogre, you just Shuffle Reborn, bring back another monster, overlay it, and then go into a Minerva anyways. It's really good. I just love it because it's such a skillful comeback card. Obviously, Zodiacs play it, but I love it in Lightsworns because it's more broken. And you mill it and just get the free advantage off of it. It's really cool and it fixes your hands as well. Shuffle Reborn, I definitely believe should be a staple, but you don't have to play it if you don't want to. 1 Reasoning and 1 Monster Gate. I believe firmly in playing these in the Lightsworn deck. I have my reasons for playing Reasoning. Some people may not like it. And obviously, once you know that I'm playing Lightsworns, you're going to call level 4 because that's what I play mostly of. But having the Phantom Knights in there throws people off because you will special summon the Phantom Knights. You'll also special summon Lumina, especially when they call level 4. And if they think that you're playing Infernoids, they're going to call level 1. So I think Reasoning is still good. You do not have to play it, and you don't have to talk crap about me just because I play it. I just love the card. And the 1 Monster Gate, because it just gives you additional mills, additional ways to go into your combos, and overextend your plays. And then for the rest of the 1-ups, I play 1 Soul Charge, broken in this deck, and 1 Metal Force Fusion. I just love Metal Force Fusion in this deck. Even if you draw it in your hand, you can discard it with Lumina's effect. Special summon your Lightsworn from your graveyard, then use Metal Force Fusion, draw a card, and then every time you put it back into your deck, you're gonna mill it. So you draw like 3 to 4 times off of Metal Force Fusion in 1 duel, and it just gives you extra mills. Like, it's stupid. It just gives you extra draws for your mills with Minerva, with your Garoth. It just, oh, this deck is so extremely fast-paced and consistent. It's like turbo like crazy. The only traps I play are 3 copies of Fogblade and 1 Brigade or Brigadine. Now, people are going to ask me, why are you playing this trap if you play actual traps? Bro, let me explain something really simple to you. Phantom Knight traps have the effect where you can banish them from the graveyard to special summon a Phantom Knight, the continuous ones. So when these go to the graveyard, I banish them right away to bring back, most of the time, I bring back my Breaksword just to have a Breaksword, you know, just to have one. And sometimes I'll bring back my other Phantom Knights for rank 3 plays, or just to have them on field if I want to synchro summon for 7. So Phantom Knights Fogblade does not conflict with this, and it's just 3 other traps. You can like take my word for it, or you can think that I'm crazy and, you know, talk trash about it. But this is perfect for the traps. This is a Phoenix chain, and it also helps you because it makes sure that your monster cannot be attacked, which protects you in the long run. So it's a great reactive card. It's so skillful. And every time it goes to the grave, I don't waste any time to banish it because I want to be able to resolve this. And I think it's so broken. I'm also playing the Phantom Knights in this deck simply because this trap is more live in the Phantom Knight version versus where, you know, Lightsworns play Minerva Turbo. I've seen builds where they play Minerva Turbo, and this is the only trap they play just to have the level 4 when they accidentally draw it. But the cool thing with having the Phantom Knights, obviously, is you can search this. Search it, set it, special summon it, make your free Minerva. Really cool combos in this deck. And again, like I was saying, even though you play other traps, they get banished. So this is always live. It's never, ever dead. That eliminates any argument people would try to throw at me. Cards that I would be playing is the third Shuffle Reborn. It bricks. I would also try in the future Mass Change the second just to summon Dark Law, because I think the True Draco back rows, if they get banished instead of going to the graveyard, it'd be a lot better for me because they can't pop anything. But that's just something I may try in the future. I'm not sure about it yet. Extra deck, we're playing 2 copies of Minerva. I believe firmly in 2. You can play 3, but it's just so easy to recycle this card in your deck. You manage your resources very well if you're a good player, and naturally you just go into 2, and after that it's just game. And then I'm also playing 2 copies of Breaksword. I believe firmly in 2 Breaksword, not 3. Even if you're playing pure Phantom Knights, it's just so easy to recycle this card and bring him back. He's a very, very skillful and clutch card. He's like a Diamond Dire Wolf that's way more broken. And sometimes he lets you pop your own cards. Like, there are times when I have a brick hand, not even brick hand, where I drew my Metal Foes Fusion. I'll set my Metal Foes Fusion face down, use his effect, pop Metal Foes, pop a monster, put it back and draw. Like, that's just another example of how broken this guy is. And again, he'll clear your extra deck zone by popping himself, then bring back 2 Phantom Knights, and then you can special summon him off your Fog Blade to your monster zone, not your extra deck zone. Then you can do your rank 4, or you can link summon with those 3 monsters. And it's just a free play, and then you can still go with your... It's stupid. Like, I hope I'm making sense and I'm not throwing you guys off, but having the Phantom Knights in this deck makes this deck link format ready. Not in the sense that, oh, I'm only going to control 1 extra deck monster. It makes this deck able to link summon like a beast. So when I get those link spiders or whatever they're called and all the other link monsters that I need, I'm going to play links in this deck. I'm going to play links. 1 Dante for the rank 3s and 1 Levier for a combo overextender. Especially when I put my Fairy Tale Snows in. Obviously, you banish so much. You're going to use Levier to special summon your banished monsters. Really, really clutch. Great rank 3s to have. Dante, you know, just for the free meals, 2,500. Rank 4s are Kerrigan, no True Dracos. No True Dracos, no Dinos. And Daigusto Emerald because you want to put back, you know, stuff like Minerva if you actually burn out of it. And if you already use your Michael to put back Minerva, you want to use Daigusto Emerald, put back Michael because he's too broken. That's it for the XYZs. Then I do play double Black Rose. Similar to the Phantom Knights of Breaksword, I use this card to go and occupy my 1 extra deck zone and then blow everything up. And then still special summon another extra deck monster because it's not in the zone no more. It's gone. So Black Rose is like a staple for me in this deck because it's so easy to make him clear the field and then special summon my Minerva. And I didn't break the rules. I didn't cheat in Link format. My extra deck monster's gone. Cleared the field, then I can summon another one. That's why I think Black Rose is so clutch. I may cut it down when I actually get my Link monsters, but until then, I'm going to have to play this by the rules and control 1 extra deck monster. So I think Black Rose is so good because you get to occupy your extra deck zone 1 time, blow everything up, and then still summon from the extra deck. 1 Michael, this guy is really clutch, especially, you know, playing stuff like floaters, like, for example, Yang Zings. You want to banish them. You don't want to pop them because they're going to float. So I think this guy is really clutch, and I love the fact that he targets any number of Lightsworns, shuffle them back to your deck, and let you gain, like, tons of life points. You can gain like 2,500 life points. It's so stupid because it doesn't even have to be any different names. It just says target any number of other Lightsworn monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them back to your deck, gain 300 life points. This guy helps your grind game and lets you go even further and last longer, live longer. Really clutch. Like, I just use him to gain life points sometimes, especially because you pay the 1,000. Michael's broken, but I'll only play him at 1. He may go up to 2 in the future, but I've always used Daigusto Emerald to put him back. The final synchros are 1 Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Stardust Dragon because he's so skillful and clutch, baiting out Dryden, and, you know, stuff like Twin Twisters, anything like that. Even though Twin Twisters doesn't hurt my deck, that's just an example. That's all it is. And also Dragonic Diagram, because Dragonic Diagram does destroy a card if it's on the field. That's just an example. We don't need to argue here. And then Cypher and Lord Omega. I only have 1 of him. I may get the Battle Legends pack. Get the Battles of Legends pack, the light one, the reprint, just to have more of him. But also, until I get my Link monsters, obviously I can't even spam Cypher and load Omegas. And I'm not playing the zombie version, so it's a little bit more difficult to, you know, spam Omegas, especially because my go-to is always Minerva over Omega. So yeah, that is it for now. The extra deck is definitely going to make a minor change in the future. And the main deck is going to make a minor change in the form of Fairy Tail Snow. And the Brilliant Fusion engine, I'm not sure if I want to play it yet. Just because, again, you know, Link format and all that. But I'm just not sure how I feel about it. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I just feel like I want to try something different. You can get mad at me if you want, but I just want to try something different with this deck. And I feel like every single Lightsworn build plays Brilliant Fusion. And that's one of my reasons for not playing it. I'm like very prideful. You can call it pride or whatever. But I don't like to, you know, play other things that everybody else plays. So I try to make my deck as different as possible. So tell me guys what you think of this, especially if you are a Lightsworn player. I know I'm missing a couple cards. You don't have to tell me what I'm missing. I already know what I'm missing. But God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Be safe. Have a wonderful day. And y'all be safe again. Take good care of your kids. Pay your bills on time. Peace.